Afternoon. It's April 16th, and I'll show you how I make my sweet potato slips to plant in the garden. I have here some lasagna pans from the dollar store, two of them, so when I water the one, I've got holes in the bottom of the top pan, and then this is a reservoir. I've got the top pan filled with potting mix, and then I layered it with play sand to keep the fungus gnats at bay. And I just lay the sweet potatoes right down on their side into the potting mix and water them in real heavy. And these were started. This variety is Georgia Jet. I grew these last year. These are our own seed potatoes. And I put these in the pan on 121-22. So it's taken a few months to get them going, but you can see they're nice and they've got sprouts coming all off of them. Now there's a lot of different videos on YouTube that shows different ways of doing it, but this is what works for me, and I've done it for 5 years now. Now I could come in here and you can see where this long vine comes straight off the potato. I could break that off right there. But if I do and root it from here, then I can't get any more growth out of it. So what I do is I'll come in here and see this long piece right here. I'll cut that right at that leaf. And you can see that. And all I do is stick it in a jar of water. And then let's do this one. I'll take it maybe right there. They're getting so long that they're growing up into my lights. You can see how tall this is. So then I'll just break these couple of leaves off here. And I'll drop it right down in the jar of water. It's just regular filtered water. And I'll do another one. We'll cut that off right there. Cut that tip out of there too. It broke off. So we'll throw that right there in the water. Here's a pretty long one. Maybe we'll cut it right there. You can see I'm just cutting it right off. And then drop it right down into a jar of water. And these things will root just like that. And what happens is, now this will branch out another branch and another branch. You can see I've already cut that one and now I have new growth coming out. And I'll get multiple potato slips off of one sprout coming off the side of this potato. And then later on, when I figure out how many I need, then I'll start breaking them off at the bottom when it gets closer to Mother's Day. We can't, here in central Indiana, we can't plant outside till after Mother's Day unless you're growing something cold tolerant like spinaches and lettuces and peas. But Mother's Day is our last frost date. I think I'm going to leave that to get a little longer. But you can see, just laying the sweet potato right down on its side in some potting mix. Water it in real heavy. Then I lay play sand in here, about a ½ inch of play sand, and that helps with the fungus gnats. And this is a Georgia Jet variety. These are our seed potatoes we grew last year. And you just cut them off and put them in a jar of water. And I took a couple 2 weeks ago, and you can see that. See if it's picking up. Sorry the lighting's so bad in here. It's early morning and the sun's on the back of our home, and my fluorescent light above me needs a ballast in it. But you can see these roots, how nice these roots are. And they've been in this jar 2 weeks. trying to see if I'm getting them on camera. That's how easy it is to start your own sweet potato slips. I've seen the videos, and I've actually tried cutting the potato in half and sticking toothpicks in it in water. It just takes way too long for me to do that. Then you got to change the water every week. With this, you just lay them in the dirt and water them. And even our little small guy here, he's starting to get his roots. But you can see, that's how easy it is. You can buy you a sweet potato at the grocery store. You don't have to have a seed potato. Lay it in some potting soil or do the toothpick in water and get your snap off your or cut off your nice vines there, and you can root them in a jar of water. 2 weeks later, you got roots. Now, I do set these under a light. I've got a fluorescent light in there I put them under. Make sure I get that back down in there. There you go. That's how easy it is to start your own seed potatoes, slips. In 2 weeks, these that I just took today will have as many roots on them as this. I need about 15 or 20 slips. What I'll do is, since I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'll take about another 6 or 8 of them like that, like cutting. And then when it gets closer to planting, I'll snap them off the plant. I'll come in here and just cut that off and then root that whole piece. And I'll have a nice start. But to get multiple starts, instead of breaking that thing off, and then you don't get any more out of it, and putting it in water to root, I just cut the tips out of them because my light's about that tall. They keep growing up into the lights anyway. And whatever's left over that I don't use, I give to my neighbors. And then they get sweet potato slips too, and it don't cost them anything. Well, there you go. That's how simple and easy it is to start your own sweet potato slips. Like I say, you can go anywhere and get you a sweet potato from the market, lay it in some soil or put it in a jar of water. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about that, how to do that, but I do it this way. It's low maintenance. No water changing. Just put it in the soil, and once a week I water this thing, and that's it. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching.